The teachings of Buddhism originating from the wisdom of Siddhartha Gautama, also known as the Buddha, who enlightens about the understandings of life and human struggles. By highlighting mindfulness, empathy and moral behavior, Buddhism guides people towards tranquility, spiritual enlightenment and freedom from the cycle of reincarnation. These enduring beliefs touch hearts across societies, motivating many in their pursuit of growth. Let's see some of the world's famous Buddha temples. The first one is the largest religious structure ever built. Angkor Wat, Cambodia. This UNESCO-protected monumental complex in Cambodia, one of the most famous Buddhist temples in the world. Angkor Wat is one of the world's oldest temples and is considered the largest religious structure ever built. While the temple was originally dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu, it became a center for Theravada Buddhism near the end of the 12th century. The temple complex is a designated UNESCO World Heritage Site and is one of the most important places of pilgrimage in Southeast Asia. Next, we will see a non-practicing Buddhist temple, Byodo-In Temple, Hawaii. The only American entry in this list is the Byodo-In Temple in Hawaii, which is a replica of the 950-year-old Byodo-In Temple of Uji in Kyoto Prefecture of Japan. This temple is located at the foot of the Kulai Mountains in the Valley of Temples in Oahu's Kaneohe region. It's also one of the newer temples on this list, built in 1968. Byodo-In, which translates to Temple of Equality in Japanese. The serene temple grounds have peacocks, black swans, and turtles roaming around due to its lush landscape that contains garden ponds and waterfalls. It was constructed entirely without nails and was established to pay tribute to the Japanese immigrants to Hawaii on their centennial. This is a non-practicing temple that welcomes people of all faiths to worship, meditate or simply appreciate its beauty. Sitting on top of a volcano plug is Angkor Wat, Myanmar. This Buddhist monastery is located on top of Mount Popa, a volcanic plug in Mandalay. It is one of the more popular pilgrimage destinations in Myanmar. It is one of several prominent spirit sites in the vicinity of nearby Mount Popa, and is therefore considered a source of Nat spiritual energy. To reach Angkor Wat, you need to climb a 777-step hanging ladder that provides picturesque views of the city of Bhutan from the 4,980-foot high mountain. The first gold-plated temple in Myanmar. Shwedagon Pagoda, Myanmar. Located in Yangon, Myanmar, the Shwedagon Pagoda is the holiest Buddhist shrine in the country. It stands over 110 meters tall and was built somewhere between the 6th and the 10th century CE. While the temple complex is filled with glittering, colorful stupas, the center of attention is taken by the main stupa, which is 99 meters tall and is completely covered in gold. The spires of the main stupa are encrusted with 5,448 diamonds and 2,317 rubies, while the tip of this imposing structure holds a 76-carat diamond. The temple even houses alleged strands of the Buddha's hair and relics of 4 previous Buddhas. Most revered religious structure in Tibet. Jokhang, Tibet. The Jokhang Temple is in Lhasa, Tibet. Located in Barkor Square in Lhasa, the capital city of Tibet, Jokhang Temple is considered the most sacred place in Tibetan Buddhism. It was built during the 7th century by King Songtsan Gampo to house important Buddhist statues brought from China and Nepal. The oldest parts of this temple date back to 652 CE. The temple was ransacked many times by invading Mongols, but the structure survived. Today a popular Tibetan pilgrim destination, Jokhang temples also known as Kyoikang Monastery, Jokhang Monastery, and Zhuglakang. Its architecture showcases the style of Han, Tibet, India, and Nepal. Next Buddhist temple is the Tiger's Nest Monastery in Paro Taktsang, Bhutan. Paro Taktsang, which translates to Tiger's Nest, is located on a cliffside in the upper Paro Valley in Bhutan. This Buddhist temple complex clings to the cliff, 3,120 meters above sea level, and is said to be the meditation site of a famous 8th century Buddhist master, Padmasambhava, also known as Guru Rinpoche. You can only reach this temple by a semi-steep 2-hour-long hike that goes past waterfalls, prayer wheels, and a Tibetan tea house. It is one of 13 small monasteries, or tiger lairs, where the Buddhist master is said to have meditated. Though the journey itself isn't that difficult, the altitude can be a challenge to many. Visitors decorate their paths with ribbons and bunting and treat the walk as a sacred path to the temple. The remote location also creates technical difficulties and is the reason why rescue vehicles couldn't reach it when it burned down in 1988. However, Paro Taktsang has been rebuilt since then and has been open to visitors ever since. Next we will see Seiganto-ji, Japan, one of the oldest structure in Kumano. The Seiganto Temple is a Tendai Buddhist temple located in Nachi Katsura within the forests of Wakayama Prefecture in Japan. Built in the 4th century, it is also called the Temple of Crossing the Blue Shore. Perched in front of the stunning Nachi Falls, its strikingly red structure is a beautiful and magnificent sight. Next we will see one of the largest Buddhist stupas in the world, Byodo-In, Nepal. Byodoin Temple is located in one of Kathmandu's suburbs, and its dome, or stupa, is one of the largest in Asia. Built around 600 CE, this temple is the center of Tibetan Buddhism in Nepal. Also called the Jurung Kashor, the present stupa of the temple was raised in the 14th century after Mughal invasions destroyed the previous one. This iconic Buddhist temple has the Buddha's eyes integrated into each of the 4 cardinal points from the top of the pagoda, symbolizing that Buddha sees all and knows all. Also called the Jurung Kashor, the present stupa of the temple was raised in the 14th century after Mughal invasions destroyed the previous one. Byodo-In is also considered one of the most sacred places in Kathmandu and hosts many refugees from Tibet. White Temple, Wat Rong Kun, Thailand. This beautiful site in Chiang Rai has been open to the public since 1997. The building was designed by Thai artist Chalem Chai Kosatphapat and was constructed from white plaster and glass, which symbolizes the Buddha's purity. This is one of the most modern Buddhist temples and showcases a juxtaposition of both traditional Buddhist themes and modern influences, including murals of Spider-Man, Michael Jackson, Hello Kitty, Mickey Mouse, Superman, and Kung Fu Panda. As the sunlight strikes Wat Rong Kun, it sparkles and is a sight to behold. This unusual Buddhist temple is completely surrounded by crystals, which represent the Buddha's wisdom. Filled with thousands of Buddhist structures, Bhutan, Myanmar. This might be considered a bit of a cheat entry. Bhutan is not a single temple but a site that contains many stupas, temples, and pagodas, all built between the 10th and 13th centuries. Bhutan, also spelt pagan, is located beside the Irrawaddy River and once used to be the royal capital of Burma. The original 26-acre site was home to an estimated 10,000 Buddhist structures that were built under the reign of ancient Burmese kings. Today, this beautiful complex still hosts more than 2,000 temples and is known for its hot air balloon rides that provide a magnificent view of the area's temples and landscape. Reflect peacefully at these beautiful Buddhist temples. Buddhist temples welcome visitors of all faiths to appreciate their beauty or meditate. However, do remember that these structures are places of worship and therefore need to be treated with respect and basic etiquette. During the visit, you must remove shoes at the door, wear clothing that covers your knees and shoulders, keep noise to a minimum, pay attention to posted signage, and avoid disruptive photography, especially when monks are praying. With these basic guidelines in mind, get ready to explore some of the most stunning Buddhist temples in the world. If you think we have missed any of your favorites, let us know in the comments below.